Hello, dear students. Welcome to my banking theory, law and practices class. So today we will see the unit 1. The topics covered in this unit are definition of banker and customer, relationship between banker and customer, special features of RBI Bank, definition of banker. The term banker may define as accepting of deposits of money from the public for the purpose of lending or investment of that money which are repayable on demand or otherwise with withdraw by check, draft or order. In other words, a banking is a firm or a entity which accepts the deposit of money from a public. So who are all the public? We people are the public. Okay, and then they put this money on some investment. They do the invest our money, and from that income or revenue they give us some percentage of interest. Okay, so this money should be, the banker should able to return anytime, okay, whenever they demand. The public or the person who deposited the money, whenever they demand, they have to return back, okay, either through check or draft or in any other order. So that is a definition for banker. Features of banking. The definition also implies the time and made to withdraw the deposit. The deposit money should be repayable to depositor on demand whenever they request, made by the letter or according to the agreement reached between the two parties. Here, two parties denotes one is a banker, another is a customer or depositor. Features of banking. The definition of banking describes the following features of banking. A banking company must perform both of the essential functions: accepting of deposit, lending or investing the same. Okay, so first one is a definition, and then lending or investing the same. The money they are taking from us, they should invest in some other people, and then the interest they pay to the customer who have done the deposit. The phrase deposit of money from the public is significant. The bankers accepts a deposit of money and not of anything else. They would Public implies that a banker accepts a deposit from anyone who offers his or her money from such a purposes. So they have to accept anyone who is coming under investing their money, depositing the money in the bank. Now we move on to the next customer. So what is who is a customer? What is the definition of a customer? A person who has a bank account in his name and for whom the banker undertakes to provide the facilities. As a banker is considered to be a customer. So someone, anyone from the public who has opened an account, okay, paying some minimal amount, and then who utilize the facility of the bank is called a customer. Customer. To constitute a customer, the following requirements must be fulfilled. So the bank account may be saving account, current or fixed deposit must be operated in his name by making a necessary deposit of money. So a customer can have any kind of account. It can be a current account, or it can be a saving account. It can be a fixed deposit. So as you know, usually household people, they put their money in either saving or fixed. Current account is usually meant for the business people, where they deposit money and the next day they take the money, or after a few days. So it's only very for a short time. So the dealing between the banker and the customer must be of the nature of banking business. So the general relationship banker and the customer. So what happens? The relationship between this banker and customer is that through this transaction, business transaction is a purely business transaction. So types of relationship between banker and customer. So the relationship between banker and customer are categorized into the following. Relationship as debtor and creditor. That's one. Banker as a trustee. Banker as an agent. Bank as an bailey. Bank or banker as the mortgagee. Bank as the lessee and residuary functions. So these are the seven functions. That denotes the relationship between the banker and the depositor. So the relationship as a debtor and the creditor. On the opening of an account, the banker assumes that the position of the debtor. Okay, so they become the once account is opened, the banker becomes the debtor. A depositor remains a creditor of his bank because he has given money to the bank, so he is a creditor. Since bank borrowed, it's not borrowed, they take the money in the form of deposit, they become the bank become the debtor. So long as his account carries a credit balance, as long as the customer is having some money in the bank, he is considered as a creditor, and as long as the bank keeps the money of the customer in their account, the bank is a debtor. The relationship with the customer is reserved as soon as the customer account is overdrawn. Okay, once they have taken the money, then what happens? They lose the title of a creditor. Banker becomes a creditor of the customer who has taken a loan from the banker and the continues in the capacity feels the loan is repaid. Now the other dimension, they are taking money from the customer in the form of saving, credit, and fixed account. So bank is a debtor, and we as a customer are creditor. There is another scenario. If I am going and as a customer, I'm going and taking a loan, okay, from a bank, then in that case, bank is giving money to me. So what happens? I become the debtor, and the bank become the creditor. So sometimes the customer is in the state of creditor, and the bank is the debtor. In some cases where a customer is taking a loan, and in that case the customer become the debtor and the bank become the creditor. So that is a relationship. Banker as a trustee. Actually, a banker is a debtor of his customer in the report of the deposit made by the letter, but in certain circumstances, he acts as a trustee too. A trustee holds the money or asset and performs certain functions for the benefit of some other person called the beneficiary. So what happened? The moment the bank take the money from the customer, they become the debtor. Okay, so they not only play the role of debtor in that case, they also act as a trustee because they hold the money or the asset and perform the certain functions for the benefit of our customer, who are all called a beneficiary. For example, if the customer deposits securities or other values with the bank for the safe custody, the letter act as a trustee for his customers. Some not necessary we only deposit money. Sometimes the customer may deposit in the bank into securities and other valuable things to safeguard this thing. So in that scenario, the bank also become a trustee. We move on to the banker as an agent. The banker acts as an agent of his customer and performs a number of agency functions for the convenience of his customers. For example, he buys or sells securities on behalf of his customers, collects check on his behalf, and make payment of various dues for his customers. So what happens? Sometimes they are the performing, the bank is performing the what do you say, the functions of agency. Okay, that is for the convenience of the customer like us. So what happens? On behalf of us, they sell the securities and they collect the check when we issue a check to other person and clear the check and give them the payment. So what happens here, the bank is doing the work of a agent. Now we have seen like three. One is the relation as a debtor and creditor, and another relation, the bank act as a trustee, and now the bank third point, the bank here they play the role of the agent, as they are performing the agency shop for the agency what do you say function. Okay, that's for the welfare of the beneficiaries who are nothing but we as a customers for us. The next one, bank as bailey. In respect of papers, documents, title and deeds, etc., filed by the customer, pledge or hypothecation of stock in trade for obtaining short and long-term loans. The customer stands as a bailer of such articles. So what happened when they, when they take our papers or our documents and all those things, they pledge, okay, of the stock in trade for obtaining short-term, long-term loans. So the customer stands as a bailer of such articles. So bailer means someone is like giving them and then borrowing in terms of money. Then the bank also perform the function of the bailey. Bank as mortgagee of properties mortgaged to the bank by the way of security for loans, bank guarantees, etc. So, like a mortgage shop, the bank also perform the duty or function of the mortgage, because outside, if you bond something in the mortgage, the rate of interest will be usually very high. But if you mortgage any of our like securities or any documents or any jewels, okay, and borrow as a guarantee and borrow some money, okay, there are two benefits. One is the rate of interest will be higher if you borrow outside the financial institutions like bank, but in bank the rate of interest is quite low, and that's the first point. Second point is that safety and security. Usually the anything which is deposited with the bank is considered to be very safe, because any bank, it may be a private bank, a cooperative bank, public bank, any type of bank is monitored by RBI. So what happens? They have to follow very strict rules and regulations. So since RBI is monitoring all these functions and they are do auditing and all those things, so what happens? Our documents and everything is supposed to be very safe with the bank. So bank here act as also a mortgagee. Bank as a lease. The bank lets out the locker to customers, and in that relationship, it become a leaser. And in respect of the article stored by the customer in his locker, the bank to some extent becomes a bailey, though not in the typical sense of the word, because those articles are not put in the exclusive control of the bank. So here, what happens? Bank also perform the duty or function of a leasee. Leasee means they are giving the locker, safety lockers in the bank for the usage of the customer for some annual fee and those things. So what happens? Anything which we consider not safe to keep at our home, like jewelry, are very important topics, or anything of much value. Okay, so usually the bank account holders, what they do, they go and deposit these valuables items, okay, in the bank locker. This locker, as I told you, is charged, okay, some minimum amount by the some amount by the bank, either monthly or annually. And then what happens here, the bank perform the function of a leasing, because they are giving that particular facility of locker for a certain period of time. So here the bank is performing the duty of a leasing. The next one is residual functions. Residual functions means of many kinds are performed by bankers in accordance with their banking practices. So small things the bank perform here, okay, as a residual functions. Sometimes I mean, if you want to change some money denominations or something, okay, so the bank perform this kind of this thing. Sometimes even the bank link our what do you say, like our, yeah, gas agency and all those things. So with this thing, so that we get some I mean benefit from the government and all those things. So the bank perform these kind of residual functions. Okay, so that's all for this today's class. Okay, so we have seen today, we have covered the topics, definition of banker and customer. So banker is someone who is allowing a customer to deposit the money in their account, and customer is someone who is having a bank account. It can be any kind of account, like we have seen, saving account, what do you say, fixed deposit or current account. Relationship between the banker and the customers uh, are like relation as a debtor and creditor, bankers as a trustee, and banker act as an agent. Bank perform the function as a bailey. Bank also perform as a function as a mortgagee, and bank has also perform as a leasing and residual functions. So that's all for today's topic. Thank you. We will meet in the next session. We'll meet in the next class. The following topics we will go through: the special features of the RBI, and then Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI credit control measures. Okay, so RBI here means Reserve Bank of India, which we have already discussed. The Reserve Bank of India is a central bank under which all the kind of banks operate, like private bank, public bank, cooperative bank, union bank. So all kind of the banks there perform the duty under the Reserve Bank. And then the next one is a RBI credit control measure. Okay, how they control the credit of the bank, they are under them, and secrecy of a customer account. This is the duty of a banker, to maintain secrecy of the customer account. So these four topics we will be covering in the next class. Okay, thank you.